Hey there, girlfriend. Is your direct sales business stuck in a plateau where you're in the right place? If you've ever asked yourself, how can you stop your appointments from canceling? I'm going to share some insight with you today to help you overcome this obstacle. It may not be what you think, but it'll definitely be something that you can implement immediately and see results. We'll see you inside. Hi there, my name is Ingafay, and I'm a confidence coach for coaches, authors, speakers, and home based business owners. And in today's video, we are going to share with you a must do that all entrepreneurs need to do to be successful and stop their appointments from canceling. Secondly, we will go over two things you must have to be successful when scheduling your appointments. And last but definitely not least, girlfriend, we want to show you what you definitely need to do to do business like a pro. Let's do this, shall we? What is it that every entrepreneur must do? Well, girlfriend, we already know that we're supposed to prospect. I'm sure you're doing a lot of that. You got your lead generation methods that you use to bring the leads in. We're supposed to book the appointment. We got that down too, because if you have an appointment, you've already booked them. Third thing that you want to make sure that you do that most people forget to do is remind. We want to remind our clients, we want to remind our prospects about the appointment that we have. Because if we don't remind them, because of the ongoing distractions that we all have in our life, they will forget. So it's very important that you take the time to be a professional reminder, making sure that you remind them the day before, maybe even remind them the hour before, and even 15 minutes before if it's something virtual. We have to do this whether it's virtual or in person. I know I had to do it on a regular basis pre-COVID when we had to meet people in person, making sure that they were going to bring the people that they said they were going to bring, or just really just making sure that they show up so we can talk. Another thing that I wanted to remind you about is it may not just be for a type of presentation appointment. It may just be a get to know appointment. And you still want to make sure that you're reminding people about their appointment, regardless of what type of appointment it is, because you want them to be there. The only way that you're going to build a relationship with someone is for them to interact with you and have that two-way communication. So be sure to make it a point to remind your client or your potential prospect or someone that you're just getting to know about the appointment at least 3 times is what I would say. You want to do it the day before, you want to do an hour before, and even 15 minutes before if you are meeting them virtually. So I'm curious, are you reminding people on a regular basis about your appointments? If not, girlfriend, be sure to start doing that now. Be sure to comment below. We would love to know if this is something that you do on a regular basis and how many times you do it. Share that with us. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is having two of these things that are helping you remind. And you may be thinking, two of these, what is she talking about? And when I'm saying two of these, I'm talking about two modes of communication. And when I talk about modes of communication, I'm talking maybe you can text the person, you have their phone number, so you can text them as well as call them. I can tell you that calling them would definitely be a better interaction because it's a two-way interaction where you'll get an immediate response. Texting, they could overlook the text or forget about the text or just, for whatever reason, ghost you. So it's very good if you can work to get that two-way communication like a phone call first. And if you don't get the phone call, definitely do the text. Another method of communication, which is kind of a one-way as well, is either an email or even a direct message on a social media platform. This can also be a means to communicate with people. If for whatever reason you don't have their phone number, it can be a way that you can still send that information out and hopefully they can reply back. Now, again, like I said, it is a one-way type of communication where you have to wait for a response, but it's better than nothing. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that. So what I wanted to share with you is that I also noticed, and this is just something that came to mind to me, typically when someone is just starting to build their business, they normally use one-way type of communication, because for whatever reason, they don't really want to interact with the person that they're talking to. And when I say one-way type of communication, it's either a text, most of the time it's a text, or a social media message. Just know that because you're using a lower level of communication, that the communication won't be as fast as you would like it to. Because if you did a phone call, you would be able to talk to them, ask them questions, get the response that you needed, and then be able to quickly move on. But when you do it just with a one way, like a text message, an email, or even a social media message, it is going to take a little bit longer. So just take heed to that when you're building your business, and know that this should be a secondary mode of communication more so than primary. So I wanted to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload a video every Thursday for your viewing pleasure, and we would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss a beat. So be sure to click the link below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now, last but definitely not least, I wanted to talk to you about how you can really do your business like a pro. And I'm sure when you saw that, you were probably thinking, what is she talking about? Well, the way you can truly do your business like a pro is to automate, girlfriend. When you're first starting a direct sales business, or even as you're growing it, most of the time you're doing most of the tasks. So anytime that you can find ways to automate the task that you have to complete, it's definitely going to help you in the long run. So one of the things that I have learned to do is automate this reminder message. And how do I do that? I do that through a calendar. I really love a calendar because people can really choose a time that is awesome for their schedule in addition to yours. So you're giving them your availability initially, and then they're able to respond to it. Now, I know some people say they don't like calendars, but I absolutely love it, because in addition to giving them my availability and then they just instantly choose something when I'm available, it also has a means to send messages out to these people that I don't have to send myself. So it's going to send reminder messages, and you can get them sent either via an email or a text. Now, I know I just told you about this being the lower level of communication, but if they have taken the initiative to set up the appointment with you, I think it's a great way to follow up with the folks. So you're not really trying to find out if they're interested, because they've already raised their hand or taken the action to say, yes, I'm interested. And because they've taken that action, I really think the follow-up can be more of a one way, because they've already raised their hand. But if you have no idea where they stand as far as the appointment, and you're working to get the appointment, I think the phone call would be definitely the better way to interact with them, because you'll get that immediate response and know exactly where they're staying based on the questions that you're asking them. But like I said, automation is wonderful when it comes to making that professional reminder, because then you don't have to think about it. So you have an appointment at a certain time. You already know that your calendar system is going to send out an email, or is going to send out a text message to the person to make them aware of that appointment on some kind of frequency that you set up. It even sets up a follow-up message, if you like, where it can go and send a message to the people to follow up with them and ask them, if they had any questions, or if they wanted to reschedule and set up another time to meet with you. So in my personal opinion, I absolutely love calendars from that point of view, because it automates this professional reminder method where I can actually be doing some other income producing activities and not spending my time reminding people when I know that's something I need to do, but I have delegated it out to a means that allows me to really focus on those income producing activities. So one of the calendar systems that I actually use is Calendarly, and I would highly recommend that. I know there are so many other ones out here that you can use. So find one that works for you, and make that work in your current process or system that you have to do your business. And you will be dazed, glazed, and amazed how many appointments actually hold, because you have that automation system that is reminding the people about the appointment that you're about to have. Now, I won't say that it's going to totally eliminate cancellations, because life happens, right? But it will minimize the number of cancellations you do have, because a lot of times people don't show up because they just forget. So just keep that in mind. If you're interested in more ways on how to get leads or expand your business by increasing your sales, I would highly, highly recommend my Expert Trilogy. The link about the Expert Trilogy is in the description below. It's free. And then it gives you the opportunity to hear from some top earners in the direct sales space that will really kind of share their frameworks with you so you can build your business fast. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.